Well, we're not too far off from getting this one underway, of course. We have Ballarat Roller Derby League, the Rat Pack, taking on the Westside Roller Derby, Westside Glory. And whilst we've got some time, I think we might run through the team list. On the BRDL side of things, we have number 1, Sione, 1-2, Screamstress, number 1-6, Killer Curls, 1-6-6, Birdie, number 2-1-6, Baby H, 2-2, Corey, 2-6-6, Beck, number 3-3, Mari, number 3-8, Roast Mortem, number 4-2, Rebecca, number 5-5, Snipples, number 7, Nitro Gin, number 9-7, Lucky, and 9-9, Gussie. And on the west side, roller derby side of things, we have at number 0, Maddie Longlegs, 101, The Real Slim Sadie, number 102, Smuckeron, number 109, Club Slamwich, 212, Intensive Claire Unit, 103, Slasher 44, Revan Townsend, number 460, Murder Face, number 74, Chuka, number 89, Massacre Jones. Around about 30 odd seconds away. Hawkeye is making a massive comeback due to popular demand. That popular demand being all the folks at home online. We thank them for joining us, and we trust that they've enjoyed today's action. Second last game on today's program of the day is TRV taking on EVRD. And of course that'll wrap up day one of this double-header round. So 2-2 Corey, it is then on the jammer start line for the Rat Pack. So the Pac-10 trying to get on. Well, both jammers getting on through nice and quickly, but it is Club Slamwich getting on through, picking up lead jammer, but doesn't want any more to do with that and calls it off. Nice quick opening jam there. A quick 30-second jam, called off. Both teams yet to open their account as we get into jam number 2. We have 103 June then jamming for Westside. Number 1 Sione jamming for Ballarat. Both jammers having a bit of a tricky old time trying to find a way through. Westside blockers really going to work on Sione. But getting on through, picking up lead jammer, it is Westside. Number 103 June has a big hit here coming onto the outside of turns 3 and 4. That sounded very solid. That sounded like elbows versus floor. So we have 102 then, smack on for Westside jamming up against 3-3 Murray for Ballarat. Right, we get this one underway, bit of confusion there on the start line. So just the one blocker then for Murray to get on through. Murray does so nicely. Lead jammer Ballarat. So the Ballarat defence then going to work on Smacker-on, giving that skater plenty to think about. And the pack for the most part still down into turn number 1. Nice little bit of a pivot there from Murray, getting on through. 4 points, Ballarat. Good job. So the staff pass then successfully done. Murderface is the new recognised jammer for Westside, not to have any great impact. Another 4 points in for Murray. So with that 7 points for Murray, moving Ballarat along to 8, Westside 2, early goings. Club sandwich 109 for Westside, 2-2 Corey for Ballarat as we get this one underway. And both jammers trying to find some real estate in which to work. Club sandwich doing the best of it though, getting on through. Lead jammer Westside. And not to be outdone, both jammers have got the jets on. Oh, one of the skaters goes off. One of the ref goes down as well. That's the OPR there, that's Exy. Now the pack's got a bit of speed about it coming into turn number 1, and Corey taking a bit of a slide down there, down the far end of the track. And the 4 points as well. And the 2 points there for Westside. So 1-3 June jamming for Westside, 5-5 Snipples jamming for Ballarat as we get jam number 5 underway. And again, both jammers just working the seams, trying to open up a gap to their advantage. Done nicely there by June, getting on through. Lead jammer Westside. Oh, nicely done to the outside part of turn number 2. June picking up the 4 points. That was some move. There's a pack now slowly coming down into the back straightaway. Some big hits and huge defensive moves made by both teams. And this one comes to an end. With that 8 points from Westside, draws both teams level on 12 points apiece. We can have an official timeout. So we're back underway, 1-0-2 jamming for Westside, of course, is smacker on. can't quite see the Ballarat jammer. It does look like number one's Sione, and it is indeed Sione getting on through. Lead jammer, Ballarat. And the blocker advantage going the way of West Side. So the star pass then successfully done there for West Side. Revan Townsend's a new recognised jammer, but oh, Revan takes a bit of a spill down there into turn number one. So early stages in this first half, clash between West Side and Ballarat. Just a mere 4 points in at 16, Ballarat 12, West Side. As we see then, Club Slamwich, a jammer for West Side, 2-2 Corey, the jammer for Ballarat. Both jammers trying to find a way through. The drawback though for Club Slamwich, almost back into turn number 4. Of course, that was Rebecca, 4-2 there for Ballarat with that recycle. Trying to and getting through successfully. It is 2-2 Corey. Corey's seen enough and called it off. So 1-0-3 June jamming for West Side. And for Ballarat, I can't quite see. It is number 5-5 Snipples jamming for Ballarat as a pack now coming into turn number 1. Come to a bit of a grinding halt as both of these jammers trying to find some territory in which to work, but both teams defensively giving these two jammers nothing. As the pack now comes through down the back straightaway, the Ballarat defence doing an enormous job on June, just taking June to the inside part of the back straightaway there, recycled almost back in deep into turn number 2. Meanwhile, up front, 5-5 Snipples, a jammer for Ballarat. Just has the 3 West Side blockers to get through, but good luck with that because the West Side defence is absolutely bringing it. So up front then, June for West Side trying to get through this Ballarat defence. It's not having any of it. Same with the West Side defence. The recycle there from Matty Longleats taking Snipples all the way back to almost the midpoint of the back straightaway. Big hit then from Snipples. Again, both teams defensively locking down on these jammers I should say. If you think this just doesn't take it out of you, I'd invite you to try doing this. These two jammers are in a whole world of hurt at the moment, just trying to find some way through, but the clock beats both of them. No score being added. What a jam indeed. So it is BRDL on 16, West Side on 12. So number 1, Sione then jamming for Ballarat, 1-0-2. Smacker on jamming for West Side. Nice defensive work there by the Ballarat defence. Number 4-2, Rebecca. Number 2-2-6, Beck. Out the front of the pack. It is then Sione, the jammer for Ballarat, just trying to navigate through these West Side blockers who are giving Well, they're giving plenty to Sione to think about. Same at the back of the pack too. The Ballarat defence giving Smackaron plenty to think about. But unfortunately for Sione, it is a penalty. So it was going to be a power jam. Smackaron also picking up a penalty. And that'll release Sione for Ballarat back out onto the track. And eagerly awaiting Sione. It is the west side blockers. And it's just the one more to get through. Nicely done, Sione, with a turn off of turn 3 and 4 to get on through. Not lead jammer. As the pack now comes back around to turns 3 and 4. The star pass then successfully done for Westside. Murderface 460 is now the recognised jammer. Whilst all that was going on, Sione for Ballarat, adding another 4 points to the Ballarat total. And is immediately met by the wall of blockers that is Westside. Just on 16 minutes to go in this first half. It is a tight tussle, 20 Ballarat, 16 Westside. As we get jam number 9 underway, 2-2 Corey then jamming for Ballarat. Up against Club Sandwich jamming for Westside. Westside have the lead. Oh, here we go, a little bit of jammer on jammer action here coming into turn number 1. Oh, it works. Nice hit there from Corey on Club Sandwich. Maybe too much of a nice hit. Club Sandwich slow to get up on the not sure. Oh, that one was called dead, obviously. So we get jam 10 underway then. A little bit of confusion. 3-3 Murray jamming for Ballarat. 1-0-3 June jamming for West Side. The recycle there 1-2 by Screamstress from Ballarat, taking June almost back deep into turn number 4. The Ballarat defence doing some very, very nice work indeed. As the pack now slowly coming into turn number 1. June trying to find some real estate to the outside part of turn number 1. Not going to happen. Number 3-3 Murray then the jammer for Ballarat, having not plenty to think about, unfortunately. June gets on through, lead jammer, West Side. Now, unfortunately for Ballarat, they have 2 blockers in the penalty box, so the blocker advantage going fairly in favour of West Side. Nice hit there by 4-2. That's Rebecca on June. So a little bit of one-on-one positional blocking here from number 4-2 from Ballarat. That's Rebecca. Number 1-2 Screams just joins in the party. 2-6-6 Beck, release out of the penalty box, also joining in on this little bit of fun. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, the West Side blockers, well, they're giving Murray plenty to think about as well. Unfortunately, though, for Murray, it is a cut track. So out of that whole 2 minutes of mayhem, it's just the 1 point for Westside. They move along to 17 BRDL on 22. So we are under an official timeout for some of our NSOs, just to correct a few things, and we'll be back shortly. So we're back underway just about. So the whistle means we are good to go. 1-0-2 jamming for West Side. Smacker on. Of course, it is a power jam start for West Side. That said, unfortunately for Smackaron, it is a visit to the penalty box. That releases 3-3. Murray back out onto the track. And straight away met solidly by the West Side defence. That is absolutely synonymous for making life very difficult for jammers indeed. Pack then come down the back straight away. Big hit, 9-9 Gussie on 101, the real slim Sadie. So just out the front of the pack now, Murray just with those three blockers to get through. As we come into turn number 3. Of course, the West Side defence having none of it. Same can be said about the Ballarat defence at the back. Killer Curls, Baby H, Roast, all giving Smackaron plenty to think about. The offence is coming, though, to try and open up a gap there for Smackaron to get on through. Baby H nicely taking Smackaron to the outside part of turn number 4. Murray taken to the inside part of the main straightaway and recycled back into turn 4. He's now back on track. And both these jammers having one heck of a time trying to get through. The recycle then to Murray back to almost the jammer line by Revan Townsend of West Side. And again, 2 minutes expire with neither jammer being able to add to their scores. With BRDL currently on 22, West Side on 19, just the 3 points in it. And we have our first official review for this match. I'm going to pop in a second so we can see what we can find out. So we get this one back underway, 5-5 then. It is Snipples jamming for Ballarat. And of course, Club Slamwich 109 jamming for West Side. And we'll get to the official review in just a sec. So Club Slamwich, the lead jammer. Now we'll be looking to try and close that gap. So far successful with 4 points being added. As the pack now comes through turns number 1 and 2. At the back of the pack, Snipples, the jammer for Ballarat, still with plenty of work to do. Nice work on that previous pass in from Club Slamwich. And yet another 4 points being added to the West Side total. And this is just the jam that West Side were looking for. And getting on through finally for Ballarat is number 5-5 Snipples. A very handy 12-point jam there for West Side. Moves them along to 31. BRDL on 22. We're going to have an official timeout. So 2-2 Corey jamming for Ballarat, 103. June jamming for Westside. Getting on through, picking up lead jammer Corey for BRDL. As the pack now comes down off of 2 and 2 into the back straight away. Both teams again defensively giving these jammers a bit to think about, but making the best of it though. Corey getting on through and picking up another 4 points for Ballarat. Corey again just slicing through the pack. It's another 4 points for Ballarat. Now the pack's got a bit of speed about it, and this jam is exactly what the doctor ordered, and Corey has seen enough and called it off. Even though the star pass is successfully done by Westside, Revan Townsend was the recognised jammer, unfortunately not being able to do much on the scoreboard. So it's Macaroon 102, the Westside jammer, number 1 Sione. The BRDL jammer. A little bit of gamesmanship there from Mascot Jones, number 8-9 for Westside, and Sione. The recycle then from number 4-2, Rebecca. Deep back into turn number 4, takes Smackaron all the way back. Sione then with it all to do at the front of the pack. Number 4-2, Rebecca. A little bit of one-on-one positional blocking there with Smackaron. Now the cavalry arrive for Ballarat. It's now 2-on-1, giving Smackaron plenty to think about. And again, Rebecca just taking Smackaron to the inside part of the main straightaway. Meanwhile, up the front, Sione with it all to do. Nice hit by 101, the real slim Sadie. But it is Smackaron getting on through, lead jammer for Westside. As the pack now comes through, turn number 2 down the back straight, and the defense there from number 4-2, Rebecca on Murderface. Nicely done, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough to be able to get Sione through. Sione gets recycled, then back into turn number 2. There's a pack now at the midpoint of the back straightaway, and this Westside defense knows no other way but to make life hell for the jammers. Murderface, Sadie, Jonesy, all of them are out there. And that was one heck of a jam. Just the 2 points though going the way of Westside. They move along to 33. BRDL on 30. As Ballarat call a team timeout. Okay, so we have number 2-2 for Ballarat, Corey, up against Club Slamwich for Westside. Of course, 109 is Club Slamwich. Wasting no time getting on through the pack. 2-2, Corey, lead jammer, Ballarat. So unfortunately then it's a penalty then for Corey, so this turns into a power jam now for Club Slamwich. Met solidly by number 4-2, Rebecca. Unfortunately picking up a penalty there. So the blocker advantage clearly going the way of Westside. And Club Slamwich is going to make the most of this. Already 8 points added to the Westside total. So Corey has been released from the penalty box, back out on track, and waste no time getting through the pack. Now the pack's got a bit of pace about it coming into the main straightaway. Number 9 Gussie there taking a bit of a tumble. Club Slamwich, well, just doing what gets done so often, and that is scoring points, and lots of them. 4 more points, in fact, to be added. Not to be outdone, Corey also putting up another 4 points for Ballarat. These teams happy to trade blows. 4-2, Rebecca trying to do the offensive work there. Baby H then on Club Slamwich, nicely taken to the outside part of turn number 3. That's a very handy 16-point jam for Westside. 20, in fact, moving them along to 53. Not to be outdone, 12 points in for Ballarat, moving them along to 42. So that's the end of that timeout. Just some things that needed to be sorted out. So we get this one underway. 3-3 jamming for Ballarat. It is Murray up against 1-0-3 jamming for Westside. That, of course, is June. And as we've seen so many times in this first half, both teams defensively not giving an inch, making life hard for these jammers to try and get on through. And that's on display right now. The Ballarat blockers out front, giving June plenty to think about. And the same could be said at the back of the pack. The West Side blockers also giving Mari plenty to think about as well. Pack slightly spread coming through turns 1 and 2. Murderface there doing the bridging work for West Side, keeping pack. And getting on through nicely. There was a bit of territory on the inside part of turn number 2. And that's all June needed to get on through. So lead jammer West Side. As the Ballarat blockers now set about trying to slow down June. Not going to happen. One of the West Side blockers taken to the outside part of turn, the back straightaway rather. And this one comes to an end, and the skaters there a little bit of discomfort, but seemingly all A-OK. So we're just about at the halfway mark there. The referees will just make sure everything's all A-OK. And that rolling whistle then does bring about the half-time break then in this game between BRDL and Westside. It is BRDL 42 trailing Westside 57. We're going to have a short 15-minute break. Yeah, make it 14 minutes, why not? Grab yourself something to eat from outside or from the cake store here as we get ourselves set for the second half action. Welcome back as we get the second half action underway. This game between Ballarat Roller Derby and Westside. Club Slamwich and Corey, the two jammers on track, and Club Slamwich wasting no time trying to get on through the pack and get the lead jammer, successfully done so. But Club Slamwich has seen enough and call it off. Not before adding 4 more points. To the Westside total. And just a 2 for Ballarat. They sit on 44, Westside on 4. So 103 June then jamming for Ballarat, for Westside rather, I do apologise. Number 1 jamming for Ballarat, it is Sione getting on through, lead jammer. And now the pack's got a bit of pace about it, coming off the back straight away into turn number 3. And this is where things get real interesting. And taken to the outside part of turn 4, nice hit then on Sione, but then Sione called it off. So 102. Smacker on jamming for Westside. 3-3 jamming for Ballarat. It is Murray. Nice footwork then for Murray. Getting on through, lead jammer Ballarat. As there has been now a successful star pass. And Murderface was the recognised jammer there for Westside, but Murray was aware of that and called it off. So 109 Club at Slamwich, the jammer for Westside. 2-2 Corey, the jammer for Ballarat. And straight off the bat, both these teams defensively going to work on the two jammers, but out front, just the one blocker to get through. Club at Slamwich picks up lead jammer for Westside. Not to be outdone, getting through the pack nice and quick too. Also Corey, as the pack now comes down the back straightaway rather. So just the 4 points in for Westside moves them along to 65. BRDL on 47. So Snipples it is jamming for Ballarat. That's number 5-5. 103 jamming for Westside is June. And getting on through, picking up lead jammer. It is June then for Westside. And Snipples with a bit of work to do, still on the main straightaway. Cannot get through this Westside defence. Has been the case most of the day. So it is now jammer on blocker. 42. Unfortunately drawn a cut track there. So there's going to be a power jam now for Ballarat and Snipples. So a good opportunity for them to pick up some points. And Sniffles will be looking to draw those west side blockers deep into the Ballarat blocker territory so the blockers can then go about doing some offensive work. So the star pass then successfully completed for Ballarat. 4-2. Rebecca is now the recognised jammer. But now this pack's got a bit of speed about it. So Ballarat are going to want to try and get to the front and slow this up a little bit. Nicely done, Rebecca, to the inside part of the main straightaway with the 4 points. And Rebecca's well and truly got the Jets on. As the pack now stationary into turns 1 and 2. Rebecca then met solidly by this west side defence. And again, nicely to the outside of the back straightaway, Rebecca. For Ballarat gets on through. It's another 4 points. So this one's going to be called, it's going to be an official timeout. Looks like we have some dramas with the scoreboard. So we're going to just take a short break and have some music, I think, until we can get this sorted out. Well, we're back. Did you miss us? Not really. Laughs, nods of the head, not sure how to answer it. So the scoreboard crashed. We fixed it. So thank you to everyone here and at home for your patience. Skaters back on track. They're going to do probably a minute or two of warm-up before we can get a resumption in play. The good thing is all the scores are still on the scoreboard. The exact time, everything's there as it should be. Technology is a wonderful thing until it doesn't want to play anymore. So that rolling whistle means we are just about ready to get back underway. Who said that? Oh yeah, Muggles. So number one then jamming for Ballarat is Sione. Jamming for Westside 1-0-2, smacker on. And out the front of the pack with a little bit of work to do, it is Sione. Number 0, Maddie Longlegs, doing a blocking. Oh, fantastic job there by Maddie, but Sione more than up for the challenge, gets on through. Lead jammer Ballarat. There's a pack now coming on down the back straight away off of turn number 2. Again, Maddie Longlegs and Sione making acquaintances. A big hit. Unfortunately, it looks like Smackaron is going to have a trip to the penalty box. Big hit there from Sione, just taken to the outside part of turn number 3. Sione just letting everyone know that they are A-OK. So BRDL just with the 4 points closing up the gap there. 59 playing. Uh, 59 playing 73, 22. It is Corey then jamming for Ballarat. It's going to be a power jam start for Ballarat. So hopefully they can get on through quickly and pick up lead jammer just like that. Pack now coming down into turn number 3. Some big hitting blockers on track at the moment. Corey's just trying to navigate a way through. Massacre Jones and Sadie giving up some defense there, but Corey more than up for the challenge, gets on through. 4 more points Ballarat. Very handy 8-point jam there for Ballarat. Again, closing this gap, 67 playing 73. So 109 club at Slamwich jamming for Westside, 3-3. Mari jamming for Ballarat. As we get jam at number 9 underway. A couple of skaters take a bit of a tumble there at the midway point between turns 1 and 2, but getting through nicely. Club Slamwich. Lead jammer Westside. Pack now slowly coming into turn number 3. Baby H, nice bit of defensive work taken. Club Slamwich to the inside part of turn number 3. Club Slamwich recycles back on track. Nice little move there from Mari on the main straightaway, getting on through the pack. official timeout. So 103, pardon me, June jamming for Westside. 55, Snipples jamming for Ballarat. There's the pack slowly making its way off the main straightaway into turn one out front. With a bit of work to do, June and the Ballarat blockers giving June plenty to think about. Same can be said at the back of the pack too. The Westside blockers making life very difficult for number 5 Snipples. The recycle then from 4-2, Rebecca back, almost back into turn number 4. Now becomes a little positional blocking, a little bit of one-on-one. Rebecca versus June. Blocker versus pivot versus jammer. As the pack now slowly making its way through turns 1 and 2. Both jammers having a bit of a tough old time of it. And again, number 4-2 for Ballarat, Rebecca deciding to take on number 103, June. 266. Beck also having a piece of this, trying to take on June. A little bit of positional blocking coming down the back straight away. Nicely done. And Murderface comes in to lend a hand for their jammer. But June taken to the inside part of turn number 3. And again, it is number 42, Rebecca, with the drawback. Meanwhile, Snipples for Ballarat is being taken almost back into turn. Oh, big hit from Rebecca there. Snipples almost taken back into turn number 2. And that was one heck of a jam. So good was the jam that neither jammer put on any points. 67, 77, it's the 10 points in it. We've got just on 16 minutes remaining in this game. As we see 2-2, oh, just like that, 2-2, Corey jamming for Ballarat. Gets on through so quickly, lead jammer, Corey. And Smackaron is the jammer then for Westside, with a little bit of work to do as the pack slowly comes through turns 1 and 2. That's not facing Corey too much. As the star pass then is successfully completed by Westside, Revan Townsend is the new jammer. I'll tell you what, both these jammers have got the jets on, as has the pack, coming through turn number 1 and 2, but Corey's not going to have any more of that. Matty Longlegs taking a bit of a spill there now into turns 1 and 2. Appears to be all okay. So very handy 6 points picked up then from Ballarat. 73, 78, just a 1 point there for Westside. So that rolling whistle means we are not too far away from a resumption. And that call means we're even closer. And that's the call we want to hear. This one is underway. Jam number 12 in the second half. Clash between Westside and Ballarat. It looks like we have 109 Club Slamwich jamming for Westside. And 3-3 Mari jamming for Ballarat. The defence from Westside, nice on Murray. Murray more than up for the challenge. And it's going to be a power jam now, unfortunately for Club Slamwich. Picking up a penalty there, not sure what for. Also, one of the BRDL blockers, 266 Beck, having a seat in the penalty box as well. So the pack advantage is going to be with Westside. Murray gets on through, lead jammer for Ballarat. As the pack now coming off of turn number 4, back it down onto the main straightaway. Club Slamwich also back on track. And Murray has seen enough and called this one off. So just the 1 point there for BRDL. 74 playing 78. Things have tightened right up, as we would expect from these two teams. As Westside have called for a team timeout, we're just going to take a short 1 minute break. Hey? Oh, I love it. Rick does know that's live, right? If he doesn't, he does now. How long have we got? Oh, about that much more and a bit more. So that rolling whistle then brings about the end of the team timeout. And the folks at home are getting treated to some unbelievably good footage from Hawkeye. I don't know if Rick Amortis was aware that his antics there on camera were going live. If he doesn't, he does now. Let's straighten up and get a little bit more serious, because we've got 2-2 Corey jamming for Ballarat, 1-0-3 June jamming for Westside. And again, Corey wasting no time trying to get through out the front of the pack. Trying to work the outside line of turn number 2, not quite there. Oh, great balance in from Corey, gets on through, lead jammer, Ballarat. And June, though, back into turn number 1 with a bit of work to do. And the Ballarat blockers giving June plenty to think about. Pack now coming down the back straight away. And these Westside blockers know only one way, and that is to go hard and make life difficult as possible for the jammer. But Corey has seen enough and called it off. Oh, look at this. A very handy 4 points in for Corey, and Ballarat tightens things right up. In fact, we are all locked away at 78 apiece. .109 Club Slamwich jamming for Westside. 5-5 Snipples jamming for Ballarat. Nicely done through turn number 1. Club Slamwich lead jammer Westside. Back now coming down through turn number 1 and 2. Another 4 points in for Club at Slamwich. And although the star pass successfully done there for Ballarat, 4-2, Rebecca would have been the recognised jammer there, but Westside and Club Slamwich very much aware of what was going on and called that one off. Not before adding 4 points, stretching out Westside to 82, BRDL, Ballarat on 78. So it is then smacker on 102 for Westside, jamming 3-3. Murray jamming for Ballarat, trying to find some room on the outside part of turn one. Not going to happen. The recycle from Maddie Longlegs, taking Murray almost back into turn number 4. And smacker on at the back of the pack has been met with some Ballarat defence that are going to give absolutely nothing. Smackeron's going to have to work real hard to get on through. Same could be said for Murray at the front of the pack. This west side blockers are going to give plenty to think about to Murray. Unfortunately, though, for Murray, it is a back block. So very timely here for Westside to pick up a power jam. And with the star pass successfully transferred from pivot to the pivot, I should say, it is now Revan Townsend, the recognised jammer for Westside, and straight away is met by a triangle of Ballarat blockers who are hell-bent on making three. Same at the back of the pack there. Roast Morton being held up by the Westside blockers, minimising the damage that extra blocker could do in an offensive role. Murray back out on track after being released. Oh, big hit, Maddie Longlegs. Revan Townsend taken out and recycled back into turn 3. And whilst all that was going on, Revan Townsend now back up on skates. Murray gets on through for Ballarat. It is another 4 points to add to the Ballarat total. What a great jam. All the things happening, big hits, points. And it's just 8 points in it with BRDL on 82, Westside on 90. Got around about 8 minutes 20 remaining in this game as we find ourselves again under an official timeout. So it is the lone jammer there, number 1, Sione jamming for Ballarat. Power jam start for Sione. Just trying to find some real estate in which to work with on the inside part of the main straightaway. That wasn't going to work. Oh, nice little turnaround there from Sione. And again, coming into the back straightaway, the lead jammer, Ballarat. Blocker advantage also going the way of Ballarat. Real slim Sadie at the front, just giving Sione plenty to think about coming into turn number 3. Unfortunately for Sione, picking up a penalty there. So it's now going to be a power jam for Westside. Riven Townsend nicely to the inside part of the main straightaway. 4 points for Westside. And the blocker advantage clearly going the way of Westside. It's going to be a 4-2 blocker advantage. And this jam is turning into just the sort of thing that Ricker Mortis and the Westside skaters were looking for. Get as much damage done on the scoreboard as possible. Riven Townsend reveling in these conditions, loving it, getting on through, picking up all the points. Meanwhile, Sione for Ballarat being released. That's not a cut track. Unfortunately, for Sione, picking up another penalty. And this one comes to an end. Very nice jam indeed for Westside. 16 points, in fact. Moving them along to 106, BRDL on 86. So just the 20 points in it. And I've got a feeling we are either going to be under an official review or a team timeout. And it is an official review, so I'm going to pop in a second and see what the hell's going on. So we get this one back underway. 109 Club at Slamwich jamming for Westside. Really wasting no time getting on through. It is Lee Jammer. So the pack now coming through off of turn number 2, making its way down the back straightaway. And that doesn't affect Club Sandwich too much. Nicely through, 4 more points for Westside. There's the pack now coming through turn number 3. Club Sandwich, again, just getting on through, getting all the points. So this is turning into a very, very nice jam for Club Sandwich and for Westside, opening up a very, very handy lead with just on about 4 minutes 20 remaining in this game. Quick score check sees Westside on 121, BRDL on 86. So we have 2-2 Corey jamming for Ballarat. Unfortunately for Corey, it is a high block, so Westside pick up lead jammer, of course, 103. June is now the lead jammer. Pat comes down at the back straightaway here. Nicely done there by the Ballarat blockers. Birdie, 166. Beck, 266. Nitrogen, number 7, doing everything they could to hold up June, and successfully so, to the point where June felt that they had to call it off. Not before putting another 3 points on the Westside total. So 109 Club Sandwich then jamming for Westside. It is a power jam start, but just like that, out of the box, onto the track, lead jammer, 2-2 Corey for Ballarat. What a move. The Westside blockers were found just napping a little bit there as Corey re-entered the track. It's a very handy 4 points then for Corey. Picked up. Now the pack's got a bit of speed about it. And Corey says, no, I'm not going to do this. And happy to put the 4 points on the board for BRDL. Currently on 90, Westside on 124. Got a minute, roughly a minute 45 to go in this game as we find ourselves again under an official timeout. So 55, Snipples jamming for Ballarat. Number 109, Club Slamwich jamming for Westside. Nice hit there from Rebecca for Ballarat on the outside part of turn number 1 to recycle almost back to the midpoint of the main straightaway as the Ballarat blockers and Club Slamwich come around through turns number 1 and 2, but unfortunately for Club Slamwich, it's a high block. So power jam then for Ballarat. Perfect opportunity to pick up some points here. So the star pass in successfully completed for Ballarat. Number 42, Rebecca, is now the recognised jammer. Wastes no time getting on through, picking up points. As the pack now coming through turn number 3. Looking for, and well, not quite using the outside part of turn 4 there. There's a pack coming now into turn number 2. And Rebecca for Ballarat, number 4-2, being recycled back to the main straightaway. Unfortunately though, Rebecca has picked up a back block. Wow, what an end to an amazing, amazing game of roller derby. We thought this might be the case. It's an unofficial final score. Possibly a 39-point victory there for Westside. Made that 34 points. Just waiting for the referees to make sure I's are dotted, T's across, as I always say. So that rolling whistle does bring about the end of this game between Ballarat Roller Derby League and Westside Roller Derby League. Westside taking out the win, 132 to 98. As both teams now just about to break from their huddles. They're going to do a bit of a victory lap. So I'd invite all the fans in the stand to come on down trackside and offer up a high five as these two teams make their way around the track. We're going to start off with the winning team. Westside Roller Derby, number 0, Maddie Longlegs, 101, the real Slim Sadie, number 02, Smackaron, number 109, Club Slamwich, number 212, Intensive Claire Unit, 103, Slasher 44, Reverend Townsend, 460, Murderface, number 74, Chuka, number 89, Massacre Jones. And of course, led by the wonderful Ricka Mortis. Congratulations to Westside on a magnificent win. A great game all round. Ballarat, we have number 1, Sione, 1-2, Screamstress, 1-6, Killer Curls, 166, Birdie, 216, Baby H, 2-2, Corey, 266, Beck, 3-3, Mari, 3-8, Roast Mortem, 4-2, Rebecca, 5-5, Snipples, number 7, Nitro Jen, number 9-7, Lucky, 9-9, Gussie. With Zave as the bench manager for that one. So the two teams now going to come together, have a bit of a photo opportunity in front of the scoreboard. Again, if you want to grab a photo, pop on down. So this one's all done and dusted. Last game for the program today. Team Regional Victoria about to take on the Witches of East Vic EVRD. You've just seen a mighty game between two very, very strong teams in Ballarat and Westside. My name's JR. It's great to have your company here today. It's curtains for me. We will catch up tomorrow morning. First up, around about 9 o'clock, we have TRV and the Nerdy Dragons. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and we'll catch you again when we go live for round 6 of the statewide Stampede.